Patch 1.4 of Farm Sim 25 is out now. Today we're going to take a look at everything that's new, everything that's been changed, and some important information that you need to know about. Timestamps are linked below if there's something you want to see first. Otherwise, let's jump right in. The changelog can be found in two different places on the Farming Simulator website. First place is going to be in blogs. In here, they have a brand new blog showing off patch 1.4, but I will say in here, there is a section that's not in the official changelog. However, all of this stuff is kind of mixed in with everything else, so we're going to look at the other one. That one can be found at the top at Updates. Click on that and you'll see right here, View the Changelog. It is important to note that the patch is still being rolled out across all platforms. It could take some time until the update becomes available on your system. Crossplay services may be affected in the meantime. However, easiest thing is to jump onto your console or your PC and just launch the game. Most services will update automatically for you. If they don't, it will prompt you for an update. Additionally, if you're already playing the update but wondering why your game is lagging a little bit, just jump in and run around. They say, as with all major updates, you may experience stuttering on the first game launch after updating, especially when using mods or custom graphic settings. I don't know why they say this. It does it without any mods or custom graphic settings, so you could probably just take that out. Let's start at the top with bug fixes and changes. They allow starting the game with some GPUs, again, that only support DirectX 12 feature level 11, like the GeForce 700 series. They do say, note, this is below the official minimum specifications, and performance and stability might not be ideal. Disabled poplar being destructed when driving over it. Fixed the gone but not for cotton achievement. Sell 40 cotton bales, not saving progress properly. Fixed the trailer fill limit reached icon for trailers not reliably showing for clients. Fixed beetroot display on belt systems. Fixed clip distance mismatch on the large windmill. Fixed color selection on carrying off headers. Fixed cut ravaged trees created by Twister not being saved properly. Fixed the deletion of weeds with dynamic husbandries. Fixed effect particles being displayed too dark in certain scenarios. Fixed the guidance steering working with only Agrio Dino 2. Fixed landscaping delay. Fixed mission deadwood trees being sometimes outside the map border. Fixed mission planting soybeans spawning with incompatible machinery. Fixed missions for fieldwork not progressing in some cases. Fixed mod filter for crossplay refreshing in the mod's overview. Fixed terrain painting brush not having option to switch to round shape. This is one that I reported. Fixed texture flickering issue on the sunflower silo. Fixed various placeables with configurable solar panels not having an income. Fixed various weeders wheels destroying crops. Fixed the winch sink with more than 3 trees attached. Riverbend Springs disabled the B sounds while in vehicle. Hutan Tai fixed the inability to place buildings on Farm 60, and Silonka added optional splines for go-to AI workers. In a separate section, they've got major improvements towards game stability, improved advanced graphic settings menu, improved the check to fill water trailers on smaller water sources, improved forestry mulchers removing stumps, improved the guidance steering line visualization, improved wave simulation over ice fields, increase the fill speed from the larger water tank, increase the height of the sawmill unloading triggers to support higher trailers, remove the lime station pipe collision to support higher trailers, tweak the steering sensitivity for gamepads introduced with 1.3, which was terrible, and increased available settings range. Awesome. We'll see if we can make that happen. Limited amount of straw buffered in combines to avoid large heaps when leaving blocked areas. I've been having problems with that. Improved performance for various foliage types. Various improvements for field AI workers, as well as go-to AI workers. Various localization fixes and fixes and improvements, and various visual adjustments on several machines. Now everybody likes new additions, so let's talk about those. We have Massey Ferguson Prime, Twine, and Netwrap Plus, now available as branded consumables. The John Deere wheel weight support to Ground King and TM1000 wheels. Graphic settings control a Foliage LOD Distance to allow larger foliage view distances without hurting the performance too much. Invisible checkmark to downloaded mods in the mods overview. There's also some modding stuff. They have allowed shallow water simulation placeable specialization to allow for simulated water in placeables. And again, they emphasize, as with all major updates to FS, you may experience stuttering on the first game launch after the update. Ignore when using mods or custom graphic settings. It just happens. So just run around and you'll be good to go. So let's jump in and see what kind of trouble we can get into. It's lagging a little bit, but it's not terrible. I mean, I'm still averaging about 60 FPS no matter where I'm at. But if you're wanting to kind of recompile that shader cache, that kind of thing, build mode's a great way. You can just jump in, fly around, and that should work. If you guys are on PC, just utilize the Power Tools mod, go into flight, and that'll work too. Let's start with the new additions. They say Massey, Ferguson, Prime, Twine, and Netwrap. Well, if we jump into Square Belt Twine and we jump in here and try to find our Massey Ferguson, I don't know what's happened, but it's just not there. How? We're already here. I will say that over in the Netwrap Plus, this is here. However, the Prime Twine is not in the game. And it's not selectable, at least when I took a look at the Massey Ferguson balers, so I don't know what to tell you. So then, next we've got the John Deere wheel weight support on Ground King and TM1000 wheels. Well, the TM1000s are actually just the base Trelleborg standard wheel, and you can now throw some weights on there. Additionally, the Ground King is actually in Nokian. These are the base for Nokian, and we have standard and wheel weights on there. So very cool. The next one is graphics setting control of foliage LOD distance to allow larger foliage draw distances, view distances right here. Base at everything bumped up, but it's at 130. So now we can bump this way up to 200. Very cool. There's also a check mark beside all of the mods that you have installed now, which is fantastic. So if you go into something like that, or maybe down here, you can see that I do not have that installed. However, in large tractors, I do have this installed. So it's cool. We have a nice check mark now. It was confusing before. But unfortunately, that's all of the new stuff. However, one of the nice things is when you're painting, we still have our circle brush back. That's great. They've also improved the advanced graphics setting menu. Now, at first I was going through this going, I'm not sure what's actually changed. However, if you look on the right-hand side here, it stops. So whenever you've reached the max for a setting, it's all the way up. There's a few things that I didn't have maxed out, so I'm going to do that right now, like my screen space reflections on Ultra. Yeah. So for the advanced graphics settings menu, 2 thumbs up from DJ. Love this. Next one is the improved guidance steering line visualization. And I'm not exactly sure what that means just by sitting there reading it. So I'm going to jump in here and see what we've got. It, I would say, appears to be... Oh, it's not there anymore. The yellow line appears to be a little bit thicker than it was. Otherwise, I'm not sure if there's much of a difference other than that. Maybe it's just me? They kind of look a little bit sharper, a little bit brighter's not the word here, but can you tell what I'm saying? I don't even know what I'm saying. Nonetheless, this seems like it's been improved, and it feels better than before. That's good. Another one I want to take a look at is improved wave simulation in rice fields. Well, we got this. I can already tell you, I think the water looks better. Maybe that's just me. And we'll drive around. Yeah, look at the little ripples. Instead of just like a wave, all right. Good job. That looks good. I'm happy with that. In a farming game, I'm cool with this. Look, and even though the water even bounces off the edges in like a very similar way. It appears that a lot of work has gone into this right here. I don't know how hard this is because I don't make video games. I just play them, but man, that's really good. I can't tell if I've got nostalgia goggles on or not. Let me know in the comments. Here's something that I don't think was in the changelog. However, check this out. In the color menu, when you're selecting stuff, it's got little stars in there, and depending on the shade, the stars are either going to be white or black. Kind of, I don't know if that means they're a favorite or what, but hey, it's not bad, right? Could be worse. Also, I'm not quite sure what the difference is here, but all of these have stars, but that's just for the main color. If I go into the grill color, all of these are fairly normal as well. However, in design color, look at this. This is the design of it's a little different. There you go. Maybe zooming in will help out a little bit, but you can see the design of this one. It's just different from like everything else. And if we back out of there and go into rim color, same thing through here as well. It's almost like base game gray has its own design. Told you it was special. All right, enough of colors. Let's move on. Next thing they've done is remove the lime station pipe collision to support higher trailers. So we should be able to just drive straight into that. Yes. This is the way it has been in previous farming simulator games. I'm not sure why there was a collision there for this game, but however, you're good. You could just pull right into it. There's still collisions on it itself. I'm also curious where the collisions are. So if we open this up, you can see everything in red. Those are where collisions are. However, the collision stops right there. Very cool. I like this. Now, this is a big one. Tweaked steering sensitivity for gamepads introduced with 1.3, which increase available settings range. Well, used to 100% was more than enough. If you liked the way it was in FS17, 100%, that's the way it was. But when they changed it, it was terrible. So steering sensitivity, now we could go up to 300%. Basically what the change did was the faster you go, the less responsive your steering is. It's so that you don't dart off, left or right. And I'm happy to report it's still terrible. Please just remove this. This is awful. At slower speeds, you're not going to notice anything. However, if you are a veteran to the Farming Simulator franchise, you're used to being able to take this turn full speed. And whenever I let go, it just keeps turning. And so you have to be, well, I don't know, a little bit more realistic with your driving. If my combine holds 1 million liters, how do you think I'm driving? So, yeah, it's pretty rough. So now instead of like going all the way to the left and then just letting go of the steering when you're ready to go straight again, you have to baby it a little bit, like little itty bitty bits, and then let go. Is it possible to take corners at full speed again? Well, I would say maybe, but I'm gonna have to get used to it. I still don't like it. This is my personal opinion. There's been a lot of people that have reached out and said that they love it. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm glad that you like it, because I don't. So, sounds like the change was made for you and less for players like me. Which, again, is fine. I'm not the center of the universe. I tried, but I'm not. That was awful. Let's move on. Almost as bad as awful as this new change. Now we're moving on. They've also said that there's various visual adjustments on several machines, which I don't know which machines those are, but this can only be good. And with everything else, it just kind of is what it is. So there's that. And that's it. Big shout out to Giant Software for getting out not 1, but 2 updates within a month of release. That's pretty good. I'm sure there's still a lot more things that have yet to be fixed. So if there's anything that wasn't on the list today and you're like, hey, really? We haven't fixed that yet? Hey, please let me know what that is down below. The best way to find bugs and things wrong with the game is simply just to play the game. While I'm doing mod videos, rarely do I find bugs. However, with Let's Plays, I find a lot of them, and a lot of the Let's Plays recently have had a lot of bugs in them. So if you want to watch me struggle, go check those out. Otherwise, I just hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, drop a like on it, get subscribed if you're new, and join the DjGoHam fam. Double check your notification bell. That way, next time a patch updates, maybe 1.5, hey, you'll be the first one to know about it. Hope you have an awesome day. I'll catch you in the next one.